The Bean.
It's the final road game of the regular season for the Sacramento Kings.
Blocked over the shoulder by Sabonis, and it's grabbed by Colby Jones. 32 seconds to go. Here comes Fox and the Kings. Difference between the clocks is 13 seconds. Fox for three. De'Aaron Fox has just hit a triple to put Sacramento on top, 100-99.
Check out the Kings and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Tip-off Tuesday at 5 on your home of the Kings. Sactown Sports.
Some people just know the best places to eat around town. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. They know exactly where to go to get exactly what you're wanting. They know where to find the spiciest hot pot, the gooeyest brownies, and the tenderest, most flavorful portobello steak. Those people also know that safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and vary based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
At Ashton Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Ken Korak with our first Green and Gold report for 2024, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, for the A's to turn around their fortunes this year, defense than they've shown early in the season. Now, bright spots on the mound. Paul Blackburn went 7 in the last game of the Cleveland series, 3 hits and no runs. And then Kyle Muller in the first game against the Red Sox comes out of the bullpen, 5 1/3, 1 hit, and 6 strikeouts.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Well, what an exciting day for Kings fans. I have really good news. Good news for the show. Has to do with one of the Kings' remaining games. Before we get to that, Kyle Draper standing by in San Francisco. Are you ready for this one, Drapes?
Dude, I am so fired up for this one. This is a must-win game, obviously. A game back of Phoenix, a game back behind New Orleans, and you play them. I'm expecting my boys to come out with their best effort tonight. It's a massive game here against the OKC Thunder.
Yes, it certainly is. We're very excited about that. Here's the good news. You probably saw this. As you know, the Kings' last 4 games, they've got, of course, the OKC, then they come home, they got the Pelicans, they got the Suns, and they got the Blazers. Well, we've been following one of the stories revolving around the Suns, if you will, all season long. And yesterday, I believe it came out that they have signed former King Isaiah Thomas to a contract through the rest of the year, Drape. So that means when the Suns visit, your guy, Isaiah Thomas, should be with them. And this is a chance for you and Isaiah Thomas to forever bury the hatchet. This is going to be a great moment for the show.
It is. And here's the thing. I'm going to go down after our show, or maybe even during our show, because, we're doing our show live from Golden One Center. If we see him out there warming up, I will walk down there mid-show, Whitey, and say hi to my guy, Isaiah Thomas. And then hopefully we'll get video of it. We'll have Nate or somebody on the scene videotape this interaction and throw it on the Sactown Sports 1140 social media channels. But it's time me and IT bury the hatchet. I have no problem with him. I'm going to go holler at my guy, dap him up, and hopefully get him on the show for us.
Yes, that'll be tremendous. It's gonna be that kind of week, starting with a huge game tonight. What do we know, Drapes, about the injury situation as far as Keegan and also Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Thunder?
Well, we just got word that Keegan Murray is going to play today, so that's great news. He is going to be in the lineup. He's good to go. Regarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's also good to go. He's not even on their injury report today as of right now, and so he's going to go. Jalen Williams, though, their stud second-year player, he's questionable with a left ankle sprain, and so if he's out, he's their second-best player this season. So if he is out, that's a massive loss for Oklahoma City. And so, but our guy, Keegan Murray, he is available. He's good to go tonight.
The deal with Shai, he's had a bruised quad. There have been now 10 games for the Thunder since he bruised his quad. He played in 4 of them, missed 6 of them, hasn't been the same. In those 10 games, the Thunder, they've gone 5-5, and their net rating has been minus 3.4. So obviously, Drapes, this is a team that, they're in the playoffs. They're going to have an excellent seeding. There's no reason for them to push him unless they feel he's fully healthy. So it sounds like the Kings probably can expect to see full Shai in the game tonight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play it, because obviously they're still battling for the top spot in the Western Conference. It's a dogfight between them, Minnesota, and Denver. Right now, they're 1 game behind the Timberwolves and Nuggets in the standings in that race for that number 1 spot. And, he's missed 6 out of their last 7. I think they're trying to go for this thing. I think that, if they weren't, why bring them out? Because they have a comfortable lead over the Clippers in that, for the race for the top 3. And so this guy is a menace, man. And the thing about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he doesn't have to use his athleticism to get buckets. You know what I mean? Like, he's just so crafty out there. And so I'm worried about him tonight.
Well, it's interesting to me. I know we talked about this yesterday. It's very interesting to me that you are very wary of the Thunder, and I certainly understand why, because earlier in the year, I don't think you were as wary of them. And I'm not criticizing you for your opinion. I just think it's interesting that you've seen them up close and personal now, 3 games? What is it that changed your view of the Thunder where now, as I think everybody is, we're taking them very seriously, extremely seriously tonight?
Well, I think, when I did the research and looked up the numbers, they're a much better defensive team than I think people really understand. We talk about, Shea Gilgeous, Jalen Williams, they got the big names, Chet Holmgren, but they're a top 6 defensive team as well. I think they're number 6 in defensive rating. I got the numbers right here. And when you look at it, at what they do on both ends of the floor, they're super efficient. They can knock down the 3. And then on defense, they're second in steals and third in deflections. And so I think people, we look at the names and they're a fun, cute story, but man, they are legit. The one advantage that the Kings have, I think, is Domantas Sabonis. He always can really handle Domas in this matchup. And so I think that's where the Kings have the advantage. When you look at it, and then, when you look at Domantas Sabonis' strength on the inside, like they don't have any size and length and physicality outside of Chet that could even contend with Domas. And so I think they're going to make some noise, man. But, Whitey, when you look at the Western Conference, it's all about matchups. Some teams have better matchups than the other. For instance, they, for some reason, can't beat the Lakers. OKC just cannot beat LA, but yet we can mop the floor with the Lakers. And so I think it's wide open in the Western Conference, man.
I have nothing against the Thunder. I think they're a great story. I think it's great for the NBA to see a team, lose the stars they lost and then rebuild and get to this point where they're fun to watch. So I don't begrudge them this at all. But watching the NCAA men's game last night, there was a commercial at some point. I don't even remember what it was for, but it was a commercial that had Shea and Chet Holmgren both in it. And I was just thinking, that's great for them. But why don't we have like Domas and De'Aaron Fox? Why aren't they in national commercials for something? Again, nothing against the Thunder, but I saw that and I thought, come on, that should be Sacramento, Drapes. Why isn't it? Anyway,
No, I
we'll
think,
get to
when you look at De'Aaron. Yeah. The connection is bad here. I don't understand what's going on here, fellas. This is killing me, man.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Can you hear me now? Just with a delay?
Yeah, like it's and sometimes you cut out, and then I know on the other side the delay is super bad after I finish answering as well. Yeah, it's kind of choppy, man. And I'm gonna have to revisit this setup here. I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Yeah, not your fault. Nobody's fault. What do you want to do, Jay? Should we give Drapes a second to? Yeah, okay. Drapes, why don't you take a second? You break down, and then we'll see how we can build it back up, see what we can address. And in the meantime, of course, Jay will fill in as best as he can while also trying to take over technically here. So we'll get back with Drapes as soon as we can. He, of course, he's in San Francisco today. He's not in Oklahoma City. He's in San Francisco because he has the pre and post game duties tonight. So we'll try to remedy that situation as quickly as we can as we get ready for the first of the Kings' last 4 games of this. No matter what you think of this season, I don't think anybody can argue that it's been a very memorable season with perhaps the most memorable moments still to come. And tonight could be a very eventful evening because you got the Kings, of course, playing Oklahoma City. Then we also have tonight, we have the Lakers are playing the Warriors. And then we have the Suns playing tonight. And we also have the Pelicans playing tonight. So the Kings could end up anywhere from, by the way, New Orleans is at Portland, pardon me. And then the Suns are hosting the Clippers. So the Kings could end up anywhere from mathematically tied for 6th. Then, some tiebreakers would come into play, but obviously that doesn't really matter till you get to the end of the year. or they could end up, if things don't go well tonight, they could be in 9th place all by themselves. So we already knew that every game here is critically important, and they know that. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of effort the Kings are able to bring forth tonight against an Oklahoma City team that is getting Shea back. Jay Williams a little bit hobbled. It's going to be a very intense game. Who knows? I mean, if these teams end up playing in the playoffs, that's still a possibility as well with some kind of, 3-6 matchup. I could see these two teams becoming rivals, but that I'm getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. The Kings still have the possibility to become rivals with a handful of teams in the West. It all depends on how far they're able to get, how many playoff series are able to play. Last year, of course, the Warrior rivalry came to life. It was something we all knew was dormant. It's like, that should be a rivalry. It's not. Then all of a sudden, poosh, it was. So as the Kings continue to improve in the years to come and hopefully play in many more playoff series, the playoff series, they breed contempt. So perhaps the Kings have many more rivals that they're going to be collecting here over the next few years. And I could see how Oklahoma City could become one of those. Keegan Murray tonight was questionable with a sore calf. He's expected to play. Great news, obviously, for the Kings. Shea expected to play for the Oklahoma City Thunder. When we come right back, we'll take a look at what Domas says could be the key to his great season. It's the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Hey there, wanted to take a moment of your time so I could talk to you about insecurity. I could talk to you about confidence. I could talk to you about girth. Yeah, what? Girth? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about the Upsize Clinic at UpsizeMatters.com. My good friend, Dr. Jack, and his friend, Dr. Pash in San Francisco, have a safe, effective, long-lasting doctor-performed procedure. It's non-surgical, virtually pain-free. Now listen, girth is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. What Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash are offering is a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation and get that confidence back. Reset in the bedroom with your partner. Financing is available. It's very private. It's very discreet. Available in Roseville with Dr. Jack and San Francisco with Dr. Pash at UpsizeMatters.com. That's UpsizeMatters.com.
Dave, he talks about Dr. Pash in San Francisco. When I first heard the spot, I thought it was Dr. Passion San Francisco. Like, that's the name, Passion San Francisco, which sounds like a cocktail, but good for you, Dave. And thank you, Dr. Jack, for supporting Sactown Sports. Kyle Draper probably doesn't want to touch that. He is in San Francisco right now, getting ready for his pregame duties tonight. Drapes, we're very, very excited. 4 games left. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that there's only 4 games left in this regular season?
Yeah, man, 4 games left, and everyone is important. I give Adam Silver some credit, man, the way they devised this schedule, this play-in tournament and everything. I mean, when you look at the Western Conference, the standings, Whitey, outside of the Clippers, and I could argue the Clippers aren't even safe at 4. I mean, every single spot in the Western Conference is open. Like 1 through 10 is not settled in the Western Conference, which is crazy. And then you look in the East, you got 2 through, 7 separated by 3.5 games. I mean, it's just crazy, man. And it makes for great basketball down the stretch these last 4 games, man. It's going to be fun, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and let's face it, the play-in, it's working. It's very exciting. Now, it kind of stinks if you're like the 7th seed in that in the old days, pre-play-in, you're in. you made the playoffs, and now you got to play your way through. The 7 and 8 used to be automatic bids, but I don't think there's any question that it definitely has worked, and it's definitely added to the excitement of the regular season.
They're added to the anxiety that we feel this last week of the season. You know what I mean? I'm nervous, man. Like, think about it, Whitey. And I was telling somebody about this the other day. You know, the NBA season is crazy, and it's like this with all sports. We know you're going, and then boom, just like that, it's over. And so, you know, this thing could be over next Tuesday or Wednesday for the Sacramento Kings. I don't want to say that. I don't even want to think about it. But it would be sad. And then you got the long off season and everything. And so it's always get a little anxiety here these last couple of games, these last few weeks of the season.
All right, since you brought that up, I'm going to bring this up. And nobody is hoping this. Nobody is expecting this. But it's funny. I was, watching the NCAA championship game last night, and I was thinking, okay, let's just say nothing goes the Kings' way the rest of the year. They actually would be in the lottery. Right? If you're out of the play-in, and if they're in the lottery, they top 14, that pick that conveys to Atlanta is lottery protected. They would have their first pick, and they would actually have a chance to draft Zach Edey. Not that they would, but it's funny. I realized, wow, they would be looking at maybe, depending on what happens in the lottery, they would be picking, somewhere around 14th. So they might actually have a pick if things don't go the way we hope.
Are people excited about that?
No,
I feel like people, right? Yeah, nobody wants to pick, right? They want to convey this pick.
Right.
I've seen people on social media talking about we need to get rid of this pick. So, give it to Atlanta so we can look forward and maybe trade some picks in the future, acquire some talent, some way, something like that. And so I know maybe you're trying to be Mr. Brightside or something like that and look at the positive. But no, man, we and supposedly this isn't that great of a draft. You hear,
right.
It's maybe top 5, 6 picks maybe are going to be solid. Some of the Kentucky kids are going to be good. But if you're drafted 13 or 14, this isn't the year to have that kind of pick.
No, you're right. It just surprised me when I realized it was like getting, bonked in the back of the head by a 2x4. It's like, oh yeah, that could happen. Anyway, let's hope it doesn't. Right now we move on to Drape's Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Kings Nation, it is time for us to rise up. Our best basketball of the season has to be played tonight. And this is what I'm looking for tonight, Whitey and Jay. This is what I'm looking for. I need my guy, De'Aaron Fox, to be the best player on the floor tonight. I know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an MVP candidate. I know he starred at Kentucky. I know he has more 30-point games than anybody in the association this year. But then I've said it time and time again, Whitey, if we're looking at Trey Lyles, if we're looking at Davion Mitchell, if we're looking at some of these other guys to help lead us into that top 6 spot, or at least the 7th spot, we're sorely mistaken. It has to be our stars, and this is when your stars play the best. We talked about De'Aaron Fox. How come he isn't getting endorsements? How come he's not doing this? How come he's not doing that? Well, you make your reputation this time of the season. In this game against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I need De'Aaron Fox to have a 40-piece tonight and be a clutch player tonight.
Yeah, this is an opportunity, not just tonight, but the next 4 games, a chance for De'Aaron Fox to show that he is the player that the Kings have always known that he could become. They need him to be that guy right now, Drapes.
Yeah, 100%. They need him to be that guy. And then conversely, they need Domantas Sabonis, to be as great as he has been against this Oklahoma City Thunder team. He just dominates Chet Holmgren, and he no doubt has to be the best player on the floor at the big position. We saw last week against the Knicks, we let Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson dominate us. Well, tonight, I think the Kings have to have that Fox and Domas combination working. To me, those 2 guys have to be the best players on the floor for the Sacramento Kings to get this win. My second Drape's Takes, Whitey, I want to look at the standings. Right now, the Kings are in 8th, but they're only a game behind Phoenix. They're only a game behind the Pelicans. And so, for me, you have to maintain at least the top 8. I know the Lakers are a half game back, but they only got 3 games to go. Warriors are playing some of their best season. But if they have to open up on the road or play a one-game plan, one-game winner take all, I know they could win it. I know they could advance to the playoffs, but it would leave a sour taste in my mouth, my man, because let's think about this, right? Here's what I'm saying. All season long, we've been laughing at the Lakers. We've been laughing at the Warriors. And here they are on our heels. Like, the one thing we got over there, fans, right now, is that they're behind us in the standings. We cannot relinquish a top 8 spot in the Western Conference and let one of those guys pass us.
Yeah, the good news on that front, as you know, is that the Lakers, they're only, half a game back, as you say, but they only have 3 games left, and the Kings have that tiebreaker. So the Lakers are really running short on time to catch the Kings.
But, fellas, you know what, though? I'm starting to see Laker fans chirp, though. I really am. Like, nah, we can't have that. I'm with you, Drapes. I'm glad you said that. That might have almost been Jay's take number 1. Like, these guys are really starting to chirp.
Yeah, they're
and not only them, Jay, the Warriors fans are starting to come up too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They've won 7 out of 10, and they're 2 games behind us. They're not going to catch us, but the one thing we've had all season long is I could laugh at the Warriors. The dynasty is done. They're toast. The Kings own the Lakers. If the Lakers finish ahead of us in the standings, bro, that would be disastrous. I don't know if I can handle it, man.
How about losing a 9-10 game to either one of those teams? I don't even want to think about that.
Think about that, Whitey. Move on, Drapes. Move on, Drapes.
This guy being Mr. Negative again, being Mr. Negative over here. My third and final Drapes take is this, and it's about the Western Conference. I know Denver's the reigning champ. I know they're a great team. I know they're going to be hard to beat. But in my opinion, when I look at the Western Conference, because we just got word that Karl Anthony Towns has been cleared for 5-on-5 duties, full 5-on-5 contact. So he's coming up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got like 7 teams that I think can make the Western Conference, the NBA Finals in the Western Conference. I'll run them down for you, Whitey.
All right.
I'm not afraid to put names on it. I'm okay with that smoke. I'm going to go with the Timberwolves. I think they can make a run. I'm going to go with the Nuggets. I think they can make. I'm going to even go with the team we're seeing tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think they can make a run. I'm going to go with the Clippers as well. You're like, oh, the Clippers, what? No, it's all about matchups, Whitey. So I'm going to include them. I'm going to include the Dallas Mavericks. That's right, the Dallas Mavericks. This is a newfound Mavericks team. If I'm the Mavericks, the only team I'm afraid of is the Denver Nuggets. Like, I don't want to face Denver. But other than that, I think the Mavericks can beat them. I still believe in the Phoenix Suns. So that's 6 right there. And as crazy as it sounds, I'm going to include the Lakers in that mix as well. As long as they don't play Denver, I think the Lakers can beat anybody out there as well. And so this is great, man. It's a Wild West. And if I'm Adam Silver, 7 teams possibly can make it out of the Western Conference. I love that, man. So that's my Drapes Takes, which is brought to you by Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
I'm just a little stunned here. You were just coming down my road. You were, in fact, all the way in my kitchen, telling me I was being too negative. And then you come up with your 7 finals contenders in the West. The Kings aren't on it, and the Lakers are on the list.
No, I almost cut his mic.
I'm Mr. Negative.
I almost cut his mic. Whitey. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wow.
He brought the Lakers name to this show. We don't do that here.
No, see, that's the problem. You're pandering to the crowd. You're pandering to the audience, to the listeners. I keep it real. I keep it real, fellas. I call it like I see it. We saw Lakers last year. They mollywopped everybody. They went through Memphis. They went through Golden State. And then they ran into the buzzkill known as the Denver Nuggets. Here's the thing. If the Lakers don't have to face the Nuggets, I would take them over, let's say, an OKC. I would take them over the Clippers, Jay.
They might not make it out of the play-in.
Yeah.
That's true. That's the Western Conference for you, in a nutshell, fellas.
By the way, you mentioned Domas. You talked about how important it is for Domas to play well. I'm sure you saw this. Domas telling Woj on the Woj podcast that one of the keys to the success he's having this season is that he deleted all his social media accounts. So no social media whatsoever for Domas. Says, oh, he has so much more time now. He doesn't have to worry about what anyone's thinking. So I don't know. I don't see a lot of players doing that, but good for him.
Yeah, great for him, man. And you know what? I'll keep it real with you. When I heard that story, I was like, dang, maybe I should do that too. You know what I mean? Like my mental health would be a whole lot better. And so I'm thinking about it too, man. But that's crazy. You know, we've heard of LeBron going quote unquote 0 dark 30 or whatever he calls it, you know, but that's for playoffs and everything. Domas could do it all season long, but the benefits, man, he said his life's better. He doesn't have to stress about that kind of thing, man. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Players stress too much about that as it is, don't they?
But they're human, Whitey. They're human, right? I mean, that's how it is, bro. You know, especially, you know, if you're just on there and you get all these mentions, you just click it and then you start seeing negative stuff. I mean, I know you wouldn't understand because all your mentions are glowing and perfect, obviously.
Right.
You know what I mean? But,
right.
But man, athletes, man, I'm sure it's a lot. And you got to think too, especially some of the younger guys. These are still kids, a lot of these guys. You know what I mean? 18, 19, 21, 22, 23-year-old. And their whole world is on their phone and they're checking social media. And I'm sure it could bother them.
Yeah, I understand. I've been hearing from a few people in Las Vegas lately because I've been tweeting about the whole A's thing, and I'm sure that you know they have some wonderful people in Las Vegas, but they also have some they have some people who are out there. So anyway, but that's true of any place. When we come right back, I got a question for Drapes about De'Aaron Fox and Shea. What does Shea do that De'Aaron Fox doesn't do? Also, we'll take a look at the Kings play-in versus playoff odds for what that's worth when we come right back. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And Logan Ryan picks him up. Looks like they're playing man. Laporte is over there as well. It's 5 out. It's empty on 4th down. Goff back. Not going to get out to his right. Being chased. Throws, and it is incomplete. The 49ers take over on 4th down again.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories. It's the final road game of the regular season for the Sacramento Kings.
Blocked over the shoulder by Sabonis, and it's grabbed by Colby Jones. 32 seconds to go. Here comes Fox and the Kings. Difference between the clocks is 13 seconds. Fox for 3. De'Aaron Fox has just hit a triple to put Sacramento on top, 100-99.
Check out the Kings and the Thunder from Oklahoma City. Tip-off Tuesday at 5 on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Every fan of every team.
Oh, my goodness.
Everyone who follows LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid in the app. Every warrior who's ready to go to battle over three-point percentages. Every streetwear king who's here for the tunnel fits. Every young buck, nugget, and grizzly who wants to take a peek behind the scenes of the league. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth. Download the NBA app today. Available in the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, new Dawn treatment sensors, and Raising Cane's chicken fingers.
If you've got weak Wi-Fi, it's time to rethink your internet provider. Fidium Fiber's dedicated connection offers tons of bandwidth, and whole home Wi-Fi lets you seamlessly connect all your devices all at the same time. Visit fidiumfiber.com today.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Maida Chevy saves you $10,000 off MSRP on every new 2024 half-ton Silverado, LT, RST, and LTZ in stock after rebate. Over 50 to choose from.
Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive. See deal for details. M43024.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans and will help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Drapes is in San Francisco getting ready for his pre- and post-game duties. So you got Jay and myself, Whitey Gleason, in our Sacramento studios. Maybe you saw it last night, late in the UConn win in the NCAA Men's Championship game. There was a commercial, and I think it was for a couple of things, like it was an NCAA car commercial, one of those cross-promotional things. Anyway, Shay was in it, and so was Holmgren, and Holmgren was singing, and Shay was singing, yeah, that's okay, you're a little flat. And I was thinking, why are those guys in a national commercial? Why aren't Domas and De'Aaron Fox in the commercial? On the chat, Epic Airby says, same reason they didn't get All-Star nod. Should be asking, what are the Kings going to do about it? Answer needs to be proven wrong, and that starts tonight. The Kings with a chance to improve their national profile and teach a little lesson to these upstart Oklahoma City Thunder, Drapes.
No, you're right, man. It's, and before the break, you said, what does Shea have that De'Aaron doesn't or something like that? And we talked about this too, Jay, earlier this season. Shea and those guys, they put themselves out there, right? They want to be the face in the NBA. They're at New York Fashion Week. They're, at all the big events and everything. They're trying to make a statement with their gear. And so I think our guys are just blue-collar guys. They're all about their play on the court. And I think, when you look at it, this is crazy to me. This is crazy to me when you think about it, fellas. And you tell me. This time last year, was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a higher pedestal than De'Aaron Fox? Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But the fact that now Shai Gilgeous is a top 3 MVP candidate, right? He's a bona fide all-star. He's, getting all the all-NBA love and everything like that. What do our guys need to do? But I also go back to, you look at women's basketball and what Caitlin Clark did for women's basketball. even though South Carolina was the best team and they should have been getting the most pub, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Lakers, the Warriors, they're like the Caitlin Clark of the NBA, meaning they attract viewers, they attract an audience. And I think our guys, for some reason, just aren't as sexy as those guys. I think De'Aaron is trying to, make a move towards that area, signing with Steph Curry, Curry Brand, Clutch Sports, Rich Paul and all those guys. Domas, I don't think will ever care about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I do think, I think De'Aaron, and I'm not going to count his pockets or anything, Jay or Whitey, but I would imagine the dude could make a lot more money if he did put himself out there more, but maybe that's not, what he's about.
Mm-hmm. I think on the court, it's pretty simple. As good as De'Aaron Fox is, if you go to Basketball Reference, you put their numbers side by side, which I did today because I got nothing better to do. But, De'Aaron Fox having a fine year, and he's put up fine numbers. But Shai, this year and just about every year, in just about every category, is at least a notch better. And the bottom line is Shai has been much more consistent, and he's been much more efficient than De'Aaron Fox.
Dude, what are you trying to do on this show, man? Why are we? What are you trying?
Why every time you say something bad about the Kings, you're keeping it real, and when I do, it's like you're a negative Nancy. I'm pointing out areas in which De'Aaron Fox could still become better. That's all.
You're right. I'm with you on that. But here's the thing too, and you're 100% right about that. And here's the thing about De'Aaron Fox: his efficiency numbers that you talked about, they are worse this year than last year. And I think that's where, when you look at, the scoring this year, De'Aaron Fox is still scoring at a major clip. He's still out there getting buckets, no doubt about that. But it's the other stuff. It's the 3-point percentage has taken a dip down. The field goal percentage, his 2-point field goal percentage is down. He doesn't get to the free throw line as much as Shai Gilgeous. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets to the free throw line.
Yes.
And throw out Joel Embiid, because Joel Embiid only played 37 games. Shai Gilgeous is the top free throw getter in the NBA at attempts wise. You know what I mean? Excuse me, in makes. And then he's top 4 in attempts. And our guy, De'Aaron Fox, he makes life tough for himself. He doesn't get the call. He doesn't get the whistle. I'm scrolling down. I'm looking for De'Aaron Fox. He's 20th in the NBA in free throw attempts. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, when you look at, the two players, and you're right, Shai's numbers are better this year. His team is doing better. I think he gets a little more respect from the officials as well. And so he's a sexier player right now than De'Aaron.
You hit on one of the absolute keys. If De'Aaron Fox were here and he were being totally honest with us, he would say, man, I can't get to the line. He says, I'm getting hammered. And you can see during games how much it bothers him. He's complaining a lot because he really feels like, what do I have to do? And he's not getting to the line. He's had a few games where he's gone to the line a lot, but for the most part, he can't get a call. It's something that's clearly bothering him, and it gets back to something Coach Brown said, I think it was after the Knicks game. He said, we have to do a better job of selling the calls. It's almost like there's nothing else we can do. We're getting fouled. They're not calling it. I don't know what else to do. We have to start exaggerating the contact. So I think the Kings are very exasperated with that fact that you just mentioned.
Yeah, and I think, and I'm looking at the list of the guys who lead the league in free throw shooting. One thing that they do, and it's become an art form, drawing fouls. Like, we know Joel draws fouls. Giannis is a different kind of player. He draws fouls with his aggressiveness, physicality. But I look at a guy like, and this guy wouldn't qualify, I think. Trae Young's only played in 51 games. Trae Young, DeMar DeRozan, the way they sell fouls. Damian Lillard is among. How's Damian Lillard at 7.1 free throw attempts per game, and our guy De'Aaron Fox only at 5.8? I think there's an art to drawing fouls. The pump fake, some of those guys use the pump fake a lot and then jump into the defender and get the foul call. I think that's something, when you look at De'Aaron Fox's game, maybe we should see some evolution from De'Aaron Fox in that regard. He has to sell it a little bit more. Sometimes you have to go in there, looking to draw the foul instead of just trying to complete the bucket.
I think there's two things that come to mind for me. One is this offense, assuming that, and I'm considering this the same as what the Warriors used to run. Obviously, it's a little different, but we talked about this last week. When Mike Brown was with the Warriors, it was not unusual for the Warriors to be among the teams that went to the line the fewest because they take so many threes. But then the other thing is, and you're right, of course, guys like DeRozan, Trae Young, they're better at selling calls, but also some of those guys, and you mentioned Giannis, the officials are already predisposed to thinking this is a superstar, I'm going to send him to the line. You know, you can't prove that, but it's pretty apparent that officials, they don't officiate De'Aaron Fox that way.
Not at all. And let me throw something at you, because we're talking about superstars getting the calls. De'Aaron Fox takes as many free throws as Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant. They're right around the same. And those are superstars too.
Yeah.
And so are they not getting the benefit of the whistle? I think, I think really, and this is something the NBA clearly is trying to crack down on, some of the guys at the top of that list, they're actors, Whitey. Let's call it what it is. They're auditioning for Broadway with some of their flops and acting and everything like that. And our guys just go out there and play. You can't tell me, and I know we're talking about De'Aaron Fox, but you can't tell me that Domantas Sabonis shouldn't be getting more, the benefit of the whistle. I'm looking at Domas, and this is just on the NBA.com stat site, so it's not, broken down into who qualifies and not. He's 30th in the NBA in free throw attempts. Kristaps Porzingis gets more free throws than Domantas Sabonis. And Domas is a power player. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, he has to be more like LeBron, where if he gets brushed in the head, he looks like he got, somebody's shot him in the head or something.
Fellas, how about this, though? And the Domas one kind of distill, I guess, kind of is going to pick apart what I'm going to ask you guys. But to me, I think De'Aaron plays better in space. And I'm not sure he has the capability yet. And I think this is something he needs to work on. And I think this is part of the reason why he doesn't get a lot of free throw attempts in my mind is for me, he works to get to open space. He doesn't work to get to the cup a lot, right? And so I think his play predetermines a lot of his foul calls too. And just think about it, fellas. Most of the time when De'Aaron is cooking, he's cooking in space. He's getting by people. He's getting to that mid-range, that floater, that drop back. He has open area around it. Now, Domas, Drapes, I'm with you. I have no idea because Domas gets down there and he's getting slapped around like Shaq. He's getting hacked. He's getting chopped. He's getting kicked. He's getting stomped. We've seen him get stomped out. Nobody call a foul. So I get that. But for me, I think De'Aaron has to do and I don't want to say do a better job. I just think he's not a go to the cup guy like SGA or DeMar DeRozan or, Trae. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I hear you, Jay, and you're right. And, that's, I guess, when you're the fastest player in the league, maybe you can create that space better than a lot of these guys as well. I will say this too, though, in relation to that. Maybe De'Aaron has to figure out how to use his body a little bit better to draw the fouls. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying selling it or anything like that, but the guys I just mentioned, the DeMar DeRozans of the world, even Luka, they have a way of, still being able to get off the shot, but also absorb the contact. And I think, when De'Aaron goes to the basket, let's say, he's looking to score the basket. He's not looking to absorb the contact or, get the and one as much as some of those other guys. And so I don't know, man. It's something that's frustrating. But let me tell you this, though. This is crazy, too. And not to shoot down a narrative or anything like that. De'Aaron Fox per game takes more free throws than LeBron James. De'Aaron Fox 5.8, LeBron 5.6. So, I mean, I can't say it's just star calls. I think there are certain guys who just know how to draw a foul. And, I would imagine in LA, they're having the same argument. How come LeBron doesn't get to the line more? But the narrative we think is LeBron's always at the line. The Lakers always getting free throws. But De'Aaron's shooting more free throws than LeBron this season. in terms of attempts per game.
We got the Kings play-in versus the Kings playoff odds when we come back. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. I am Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf.com's Alan Bastable offers 8 sneaky ways for stubbornly average players to break 80. First, play sensible tees. Hitting 7 and 8 irons into greens instead of hybrids give chances at 4s and 3s. Check the par. There's no shame in doing so on a par 70 course. 3, check the forecast. A day after rain can mean soft greens. 4, avoid big numbers. It's not the bogeys that will derail a 79. It's a couple of bigger scores. 5, you got to believe. Give yourself a pep talk and temper the feelings of gloom. 6, keep like-minded company. If you're a grinder, play with fellow grinders, or play with music, or gamble if that's your game. 7, a little luck helps. Even tour players recognize luck. 8, don't obsess over, breaking 80. You're going to know if you have a good round going, so have your partner keep score. At the 18th tee, ask where you stand, as it may affect the way you approach the hole. Sounds simple, huh? Now go out and do it, and have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Once upon a time, you could get a heater tune-up or an air conditioner tune-up for just $59, or both for $89. Not too hot, not too cold, just right.
I thought you were going to read me a bedtime story.
Go to sleep now. Bonnie.com. License 696355.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Beam Team against Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. Drapes is in San Francisco getting ready for his pregame. You got Jay and Whitey here in Sacramento. And somebody's coming after you a little bit, Drapes, good-naturedly, I think, but still, I feel like I need to come to your defense. A while ago on the show, short while ago, you were talking about how good the West is. You said you could name 7 teams in the West that you think are legitimate teams that could be in the NBA Finals. CK916 says, 7 teams? Way to go out on a limb, Drapes. But I think he's missing the point. You were just saying that, there are legitimate NBA contenders in the West, and you came up with 7 of them.
Right, exactly. And let's be honest, you know it as well as I do. You guys know. Usually we already know the top 2 or 3 teams, and I think this year, the West is so stacked. Let's go to the East, for instance. How many teams in the East legitimately have a shot at making it?
What?
I'm going to throw the Celtics. I know, right? Celtics, I'm going to give the Bucks a chance. I'm going to give the Sixers a chance because Embiid's back. So, maybe I'm going to give Miami because they proved it last year, but that's about it for them. Cleveland's reeling right now. They're 3-7. Orlando is still too young. They're missing some pieces. The Knicks are banged up. Julius Randle probably not coming back. Indiana. And so you legit have 7 teams that can make it to the NBA Finals in the Western Conference. And so I don't know what CK916 would crawled up his butt and got them all in the I don't know what got it in his little pants.
Well, he may have been. Yeah, I don't know this for a fact. I don't mean to speak for him, but maybe like Jay and I, maybe he was a little confused that you named your 7 teams and you had the Lakers on there and you didn't have the Kings on there. I think some of us were a little frankly hurt by that, Drapes.
No, I'm hurt, man. But shoot, I can't put a team that's lost to Detroit, Washington, Charlotte, Portland. You want me to keep going on now? I mean,
how are the Lakers on there?
Because the Lakers went to the Western Conference Finals last year. They got LeBron James. They got Anthony Davis. Come on, man. You're talking about LeBron James. Are you really going to count out a LeBron James team when they just went to the Western Conference Finals last year? Come on, Whitey. See, that's what I'm saying. Now, if Kings fans want me to, carry the purple towels I'm going to keep it real on this show, Whitey. That's why people tune in. They're not being fed, the company line or anything like that. We call it like we see it on this show. Now, if you guys want to pander to the crowd, go for it. I'm going to tell you how I feel.
Was I pandering to the crowd when I pointed out that, you know what, the Kings may have a chance to draft Zach Edey? That's not pandering to the crowd, right? But when I give you that kind of reality, you recoil in horror. Like, come on, don't say that.
All right, I'm going to take it easy on you from here on out. I'm going to take it easy on you.
It's a nervous week, right? There's a lot of tension here. It's fun and it's exciting, but there's also a lot of anxiety.
It is. And, here's the thing about the Kings. And I see you out there, Compio, on the YouTube chat, Sactown Sports 1140. He says, is Draper turning on the Kings? He's just trying to create, some headlines. He's trying to troll right now. But if the Kings, and this loss of Malik Monk hurts big time, if they can somehow figure out a way to get out of the first round and avoid Denver, they can make some noise too. I just think the road is too tough. I don't think they're quite there yet with the injuries. I think the lack of experience hurts them. But the Kings can make some noise. It's all about matchups. But, man, they got to get out of their current situation right now.
Your buddy Ryan Williams-Zard on the chat says, I can see Drapes at the roulette table. I'm going to give 1 through 36 a chance.
That would be awesome, right? Just put them down just cover the whole table, right? I'm going to win. I'm going to win something. That's funny.
Speaking of odds, ESPN had these today for what they're worth. Per ESPN, Kings, and they have these for all the teams, the Kings' chances percentage for making the play-in, okay? Being in the play-in, ESPN says 94%. Be the 7 or 8, one of those in that 7-8 game, they say 63% chance of the Kings being in the 7-8 game. The 9 or 10 game, ESPN says 32% chance they're in the 9-10 game and make the playoffs outright, 6 or better, 54%. So better than 50% according to ESPN. I have no idea what the formula is. Maybe it's in there.
Those numbers don't add up to me.
Better than 50% chance that the Kings are the 6th seed or better this year. Those aren't bad, all things considered.
But didn't you just say they were like 90% to be in the play-in?
94% to be in the play-in. Yeah, but you can still get through there and end up in the playoffs. I mean, make the playoffs one way or the other. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't assume that means they're going to be 6th or better. But better than 50% chance of being in the playoffs one way or the other. Isn't it?
I don't think so. No.
You don't like that?
If we told you a month ago this team was 50-50 to be in the playoffs, something went terribly wrong.
And something did. A few things did.
Yeah, you're right. The Malik Monk injuries, the loss at Washington, and so I would be very disappointed, man, if we don't make the playoffs. Like, even if we do get 9 or 10, and I would be disappointed, yes, but the goal is still attainable, and so we could beat the Miami Heat, and at least we could beat the Lakers. Lakers were a 9-10 seed last year and made through. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just comparing our situation to what they're doing, and so if they could do it last year, why can't we do it this year? But you got it. I need a full playoff series. I don't need 1 or 2 games. I need a 7-game series, best of 7. Then I'll feel good about this King season.
Hope you're enjoying the Kyle Draper Lakers pregame show today. Jay, has it been a little Laker heavy?
Again. He's trolling right now. He's trolling right now.
Little Laker heavy, or is it me?
Hey, let's keep it real. I'm the only one that get my check signed by Vivek. So, if any of us bleeds green, that's me, big fellas.
All right. Should we get TC on the other side? Yeah, we'll come right back, get back to the phones. Also, we'll look at what, if anything, we've learned about the Kings so far in this trip when we come right back. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
Hey, it's Carmichael Day for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tug Shed, New Dawn Treatment Centers, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco! Sactown.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Here we go. Kings and Thunder. Kings with 4 games left. Still a wide range of possibilities as to how this thing ends. You got Drapes in San Francisco, Jay and I here in Sacramento. And again, before we go any further, I have to come to the defense of Kyle Draper.
Got his back today.
Yes.
Y'all, why? What's going on?
Because you just said you were talking about, hey, I work for Vivek, I bleed green, and you gave the money sign.
Oh, I said green?
Yeah. Well, Izzy says, Drape says he bleeds green. Get him out of here.
That was a money sign,
man. That was
man.
a money sign. Is that what you meant? Like green, like you bleed green. Like
No, I'm not. It came out wrong.
Okay.
I bleed purple. We know that. Yeah, I bleed. And that's my years of Boston. That was a mistake. That slipped out. And that's their motto, actually, bleed green in Boston. And I've said it for so many years. And so it's not green as in money. It's green. I said it green as in Boston, but we know I bleed purple, man. Come on now. There's no, hey, There's no question about Drake. Y'all may try to back me into a corner or anything like that, but when they lose, who's the one that's more heartbroken than anybody? When they win, who's more excited than anybody? So don't even come at me like that.
Right. Well, no, I thought you didn't realize you made a mistake.
Thought he was Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
I know.
You're like,
I am all about the paper. You know that. I am all about the paper.
Let's go to TC. It's time for Check with TC on Sactown Sports.
Yes,
What's up,
sir,
TC?
let's check it, man.
Yeah.
Whitey, Drake, JJ in the back. Y'all got me?
Yes.
Okay, look. Hey, we're going to keep it real short and sweet, so check it out. Hey, the reason why Domas and Fox aren't getting calls, because they're too laid back. First and foremost, you got 1,000 pump fakes when you're 2 feet under the basket. If you start dominating, like standing in the post like old school Shaq, Akeem, like give me the ball in the post and I'm going up, I guarantee you he'll get fouled. But if you always get into the paint passing, the referees is like, why in the heck am I going to give you foul calls, bro? You're just super passive. You look in the pass. Also, Fox, if you keep running up and down the court all game, arguing at the refs about a foul, bro, they're not going to give you nothing. If you throw, like you said, if you throw your body and use your body drapes, those two dudes will get more foul calls. Also, hey, I'm all for it. Like, we're too laid back. We need a guy that's like, say, like going out New York, dressing up. I'm not talking about Kyle Kuzma. I'm not talking about getting into the media causing problems like a Draymond. But we talking about, man, you need guys to stand out like that. We need some guys that's going to stand out. Like the only guy we got like that is Malik. Everybody else is taking this HB, super laid back, super like, I'm not really tripping off anything, bro. We need people with an attitude. That's what I got from that situation. But as far as the foul calls, Domas and Fox will never get foul calls, bro, until they change how they approach the game. Fox crying with the refs all game, and Domas getting inside the paint, looking to pass all the time. That's all I got.
There's CC.
Win by 7.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, TC. Think about Domas and all the pump fakes, Drapes. They work. I mean, he's effective. He scores a lot that way. So that's one reason why I'd be reluctant to say, oh, too many pump fakes. I mean, he's very effective with his pump fakes. Yeah. So as far as De'Aaron Fox, I do agree that De'Aaron Fox has maybe gotten a little too bothered by some of the calls that aren't going his way. It's understandable if the officials are calling the game a certain way, as we think they have for most of the year, then all of a sudden they're calling things differently. Well, that has helped the Kings defensively, but he's not the only one. Luka has also talked about it. Luka, when he was here, in fact, said, yeah, it's a little more difficult than it was, but it does seem to be something that has gotten into De'Aaron Fox's head a little bit, Drapes.
Yeah, and I get it, and I understand it, and it's heard your point. You know, on the other end, it's helped the Kings out, right?
Yeah.
You know, they can be more physical. They can really get up into guys. They can really challenge guys on the other end. But then if De'Aaron Fox isn't getting the calls, and I'm looking at some of the numbers here, Whitey, since the All-Star break, well, since, let's say, the last 19 games, De'Aaron Fox is averaging 4.1 free throw attempts per game. 4.1. That's not going to get it done. Now let me do the math on before the All-Star break here, the splits here before the All-Star break. And remember, he's averaging 5.8 free throw attempts per game. And so clearly before the All-Star break, those numbers were way up. Here we go. Since the All-Star break, let me see, do that math. Free throw attempts, 313. Hold on for a sec. Let me get this here. Yeah, let me
trying to figure out
math was my strong suit, but not on this this topic here.
It's hard when you're under the gun, right? When you're trying to do a couple different things at once. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So his first 48 games, he was taking 6.5 free throw attempts. 6.5. And since the All-Star break, when things have changed, De'Aaron Fox is averaging 4.2. That's 2.5 fewer free throw attempts per game. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I get it. The NBA is trying to figure it out, but that's messed up, man. That's really messed up.
And he's talked about that a lot in post game, and he's tried to control his temper about it, but he says, look, we can pretend they're not calling it differently, but they are. And you can see on the court, it's really become an issue for him. Obviously going forward, he's going to have to figure out how to deal with it. Right. I mean, officiating is like the weather. You can't change the weather, but you can change. If you're going to wear a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, you have to adjust to the weather, just like players have to adjust to the officiating, whatever it is.
Yeah, you got to, and it's, you would hope, Whitey, it's for everybody, you know, and we do know superstars get calls, certain teams get calls. We understand that, but you would think that everybody would have to adjust. I want to do a little deep dive here and look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's numbers, because this is a guy we're going to see tonight. We talked earlier about how much he gets to the free throw line, and you know, he's one of the league leaders. He leads the league in free throws made per game. And so when I look at how the officiating has affected him so far this season, in the games before the All-Star break, as I pull it up right here, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander averaged 9.1 free throw attempts per game. 9.1 free throw attempts per game. Since the All-Star break, guys, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, hopefully his numbers went down just like De'Aaron Fox. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's free throw attempts, 7.2. He's down almost 2 free throws a game. That's interesting. I don't know if I like these new rules, man. I don't know. Because we can't have it both ways. Here's the thing. We can't say on one hand, it's great, it allowed the Kings to play defense, and then the other hand, darn, our guy's not getting the foul calls, De'Aaron Fox. It's like, I wish there was a win-win, right? Can we play great physical defense and still get the foul calls?
Well, let's talk to a guy that played in the 90s when it was legal to, you know, hit somebody in the back of the leg with a sledgehammer. He's at Mojo's getting ready for game night along with Scott Marsh. The High Flyers with us, Henry Turner. Hello, Henry.
Baby, what's good, fellas? We out here, man, at Mojo's Tapping Kitchen. And let me tell you, this place is off the chain, bro. It is nice out here. And I am looking at the finest bowl of gumbo you could ever see. KD, I know you're in Frisco, but you can't fade what I got going on here inside.
I know, right? The Whole Foods down the street ain't going to compare to what you got going on over there, man. I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous.
Not at all, baby. What's good, man? What's happening, fellas?
Well, we got the High Flyer and Scott Marsh. We were just talking, gentlemen, about the way foul calls have changed in the NBA. It's clear that De'Aaron Fox is not getting to the line as much as he got to the line before the All-Star break, and we're just wondering, do the Kings have to sell their calls better, as Mike Brown has suggested? How is De'Aaron Fox supposed to adjust to the change in the officiating?
You know what, fellas? I would say it's one and two things. Number one, the Kings elect to shoot three-pointers. I mean, their three-pointer tip has shot through the roof. The Kings are just coming down, and they like to shoot threes. It's drive and kick, all the sprays, and the majority of the Kings shots. I remember me and Jason was tracking shots at one particular point. The Kings had shot 11 attempts. They had 2 attempts on the inside of the paint. The rest was from three-point area. If you're just coming down shooting threes, you're not going to get too many foul calls. And then when De'Aaron Fox does elect to go down into the paint, we know it's league-wide. They're not calling ticky-tacks no more. You have to go down there with the purpose. And back when I played, Whitey, if you went to the basket and you brought that ball back down around up under your chest, they wouldn't call a foul for you. You got to go to the rim strong, like you really mean and really trying to finish.
No, that's a great point too, guys. And it's great to be on with you guys. I wish you guys were down here with us. But, talking about De'Aaron, I mean, case in point, the final play in Boston, right? Has the ball 7 seconds left. He drives. He takes a fadeaway outside the key. You're not going to get that call at the very last moment of the game. So it is in part on De'Aaron to get inside and take it strong late in games.
Yeah, Drapes.
Hold on, Whitey. I want to chime in on this because I hear what these guys are saying, and I get it, and that sounds great in a vacuum. But the real part about it is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not taking the ball to the basket strong. He's not. He is crafty at drawing fouls, and I would like to know, High Flyer and Scott Marsh, does De'Aaron need to be more crafty with it? DeMar DeRozan isn't going up strong, powering through guys. He's crafty. And I'm looking at the league leaders in free throw attempts. Giannis, we know he's strong. Luka's not going in there strong, but he's crafty. Does De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis and those guys have to become more crafty at drawing fouls? It's an art form, high flyer.
Yes, it is, KD, and they have to be able to give up the body. I will give you a prime example. One of the smallest guys in the league, Jalen Brunson. That dude really knows how to use his body and create contact to where the referees have to call it. But I'm telling you, KD, you have to come with a purpose. You can't come down in that lane thinking you're just going to throw something up and they're going to give you a foul. You got to be able to take the contact and finish just in case they don't call that foul.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I'll ask you, Drapes, and I'll ask you, Kevin, as well. How many ball fakes have you seen De'Aaron make in the post? Inside the lane.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. DeMar DeRozan's the king of that. He gets you up, then he draws the foul. Like De'Aaron just doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, that's basketball IQ, KD, because De'Aaron has all the tools because he gets downhill. He puts so much pressure on the defense. Once he gets downhill and gets that free throw line, all he has to do is stop and pump fake and go into the dude's body, create that contact. He'll go to the free throw line every time.
Henry, you brought up how many threes the Kings are taking. We touched on this a little bit yesterday. How about this, Drapes and Scott? Since Malik Monk got hurt, now for the year, the Kings are averaging 39.1 threes a game. That's for the year. But since Malik got hurt, last 5 games, they've shot 40, 42, 42, 51, and 48 threes. Do you think that's opponent specific, or are they clearly trying to make up for some of the lost offense by relying more on the ball inside out, spraying the ball to those 3-point shooters in the corners?
You know what, Whitey? I think right now the Kings offense is very much predictable. When you have 75% from 3 and 25% going down into the paint, it makes it easy for you to be guarded. The thing about it is that, teams are letting the Kings come down and elect to shoot threes. And then when the threes aren't falling, they get real smart. I mean, basketball IQ, man, is a big part of the NBA. It's chess. It's not checkers. If I see you're not knocking a 3-point shot down, I'm going to back up. I'm going to take another step closer to Sabonis. I'm going to take another step closer to Sabonis until you knock one down. If you don't knock them down, now we got the inside taken care of. We got 4-on-1 on the rebounds, and now you're taking bad 3-point shots, and we get out in transition, and we're scoring.
No, I think that's a fair point. I would also challenge, just like with De'Aaron and ball fakes, how many pick and rolls are we seeing on the floor with the Kings on a nightly basis without Malik on the floor?
Not many.
No, not at all. We're just not getting it inside to the point. And, the other thing, when you listen to Mike Brown at any pre-game press conference, any post-game press conference, I mean, it's a different vocabulary with the stat sheet, right? It's all about sprays. It's all about deflections. You're not looking at points, rebounds, and assists. And I think that's been harped on this team, too. They want not only a certain number of threes, they want at least 40 threes a game, according to Mike Brown. They want at least 20 sprays a game.
But here's the problem, Scott. Here's the problem. How many guys we got on this team that are, give me the ball, I'm going to break my man down, get to the middle of the paint, be able to score to keep it legitimate, and then spray out. We got Malik Monk, we got De'Aaron Fox, and Malik ain't here. Who else does that on our team? Nobody else. Everybody else on our team are the recipients from the spray.
That's a great point, High Flyer, and it's exactly what I was thinking. You take a guy like Malik Monk, he's the only guy, him and De'Aaron, that really gets downhill looking to score. Everybody else is looking to spray it out. And so, when the offense is missing one of their top penetrators, their top creators, then you become, like High Flyer said, very one-dimensional. Like, who's the only guy scoring points in the paint off the dribble? It's De'Aaron Fox. We need other guys to be able to be aggressive and look for that shot in the paint as well.
Drapes, I got a question specifically for you, if I may. What do you think here on this road trip so far? You had a loss to the Knicks that looked like it was winnable. You had whatever that Boston game was, which you could slice a million different ways, and then the win over the Nets. Do we know anything more about this team after those 3 games than we did? What did we learn about those games that we could apply maybe to what we can expect in these next 4?
Honestly, Whitey, this road trip has gone exactly how I thought it would be. You know, you can look at the 1-point loss to Boston and the day after think that it was a close game. The Celtics were in control of that whole game.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum was on, it was his C game. He was on his summer league kind of game, pickup run game. And so I don't think we learned anything from this trip. I think we'll learn something tonight. This is the game. And I said it yesterday. The Knicks and Celtics, I had them losing that game. That's a tough back-to-back. It is what it is.
You did.
But to go 2-2 on this trip, I think that's a positive. So you have to get tonight. And you guys know High Flyer and Scott Marsh. 2-2 versus 1-3, it's a massive difference, especially this late in the season. So they got to get this one tonight.
No, Drapes, to your point, I mean, the Pelicans play the Trailblazers tonight, so they're going to win the game. If we lose tonight, we have the tiebreaker. I mean, at that point, the Pels would have to lose out, and we would have to win out to have any chance of trying to get by them. So this game is absolutely critical tonight.
Yeah, here's the way it looks tonight. You got New Orleans at Portland, as Scott just said, Clippers at Phoenix, and the Warriors at the Lakers. So as far as the Kings go, best case here tonight, after tonight, would be a three-way mathematical tie for 6 with New Orleans and Phoenix, and we know tiebreakers come into play there. Worst case, you'd be in 9th all by yourself, half a game behind the Lakers. So it's going to – Henry, it's a big game tonight, obviously.
You know, it's been big games
Yeah.
all the way through. And, you know, I've come on you guys' show. We have argued about where we wanted this team to be. And I told you, the play-in, I would much rather for the Kings to be in that 6th spot. This play-in is going to be tough. And when it's a one and done, man, the pressure is high.
No question. And the one thing the High Flyer always says on game night, which I've been drilled into my head over the last few years, is that every game is 1 out of 82. They count the same. And we're not going to look backwards, but again, we're going to be thinking, what if Portland on the road? What if Charlotte? What if Detroit at home? You know, and that's the tough part right now if things don't work out for the Kings.
Yeah. Drapes, what can you tell us as far as – I know you've done a lot of research on this game. Maybe just like one thing to watch for early on that might give an indication that the Kings are playing the type of game they want to play.
I think when you look at this OKC team, they're incredibly efficient. You know, they get into the paint with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They spray it out as well. And so I'm looking at points in the paint tonight. I'm looking at, you know, really keeping them limited. I think if you keep Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 1, out of the paint, and 2, obviously, off the free throw line, I think you have a really good shot against these guys. You know, they're 7th in the league in points in the paint. We're 10th. You know, who wins that battle? This is an elite offensive team we're talking about. And then conversely, I say it time and time again, fellas, Domantas Sabonis has to be a beast tonight. When you look at his splits against Oklahoma City this year, he just demolishes these guys. He kills these guys. Against OKC, he's averaging 18.7 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. He averages a triple-double. So I'm looking for Domas to clearly be the best big on the floor tonight.
Scott and Henry, how about you guys? If there's one thing you think the Kings need to do tonight?
The one thing on my table, fellas, is pace. The Sacramento Kings are going to have to play that up-tempo pace. Now, OKC, they're not a juggernaut in stopping teams. They let you score. So the Kings are going to have to get up and down. I don't want to play a half-court game with OKC. I think they win that situation. So if the Kings can get up and down, push the pace, play in transition, I think that puts them in the best possible position.
Now, I love all that, and I think tonight with SGA being back, you've got to push him tonight. You've got to find out what he's like. I mean, OKC most likely is not bringing him back unless he's 100%, but he hasn't played in a while too. So you've got to find a way to keep him out of the paint. You've got to blitz him at times. You got to do everything you can not to allow SGA to be the MVP of this game tonight.
Great points, of course. By the way, I'm with Drapes. If you go back to the first game they played here earlier in the year, the way Sabonis just neutralized Holmgren, that'd be an absolute key tonight. So we got game night coming up from Mojo's. Drapes, thanks. Great job. We'll talk with you tomorrow, and we'll be watching you on TV tonight.
All right, fellas, we are back in studio tomorrow. Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, and stick around for game night. Henry Turner, Scott
He got that bowl of gumbo. Y'all don't see it, but I do. I just got to make sure I put that out.
Really? Yeah. At Mojo's game night next on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan.